Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Terra Odyssey and Happy New Year. Love and light to all you guys, and thank you so much for your love and support. I'm so excited bursting into this new year. We are really going to figure some stuff out. We are going to simplify. We are going to radically change and discard things that just hog our time and attention, and they are not necessary and they do not help us in any way. We're going to rid ourselves of those. I'm going to be devoted this year to really studying some medical, psychological, all kinds of aspects that are going to be helpful in all our growth. There are so many interesting new things out there in science and everything, and I like to integrate all this in my reads because, like Colette says, it's very, very important to be prescriptive as well as predictive. If we use a little forethought and insight before we do or say things, we don't have regrets later, right? And for you guys, this is all about growth. I had these dreams last night. It was amazing, and I could see your names and all of this stuff. You know, I could see Christine and Stasia and Jeannie and Mary and everybody. It was like just all these names. It was like they were coming down from the stars and like little names, and Brian and Nancy and Margaret and just all Tracy and all these words of all you guys and your growth aspects. So everything, just know, is going to work out exactly how and when it's supposed to, regardless of how and when we want it to. We have to let our faith in the journey be stronger than our doubts and fears. We really need to be patient with ourselves and our growth. We know that good things always take time, right? We can't cut corners. Give yourself time and space to try things and explore different paths. You are going to get there. So don't forget to enjoy the journey too, because it's all coming, I always feel, and then I was having these dreams about mountains, and I feel that even if we never reach the top of a mountain, we had the courage to try that and do that, and that's worth more than any view at the top. Some things don't work out, and sometimes no matter how hard we try, we just aren't able to do it. It may be a sporting endeavor, it may be a number on a scale, which is not important. It may be passing the bar, all of those, that's okay, because it was never really about the view from the top anyways, right? It was about who we became on this climb up, and that's why we climb up this mountain, right? I didn't start this so I would have 1 million subscribers. I started this because one person said, you got me in the best mood for the day, and I was able to be really cheerful, positive, and optimistic, and I thought, I'm going to do this forever, even if it's only this one viewer that feels this way, because I feel this way when I start talking about a positive mindset and moving forward and being successful and getting these little wins. That's what matters, right? It is the climb, and you guys are realizing this, and it's very beautiful. So we have three gorgeous cards to choose from, and I have some corresponding stones as well. Number 1, we have the Queen of Forces, and then we have Lapis Lazuli. Number 2, we have Will, Wisdom, and Mind, and I have Blue Chalcedony, and I have Buddhas in there. I just made those last night. I really like them. They're really gorgeous, fun stretch bracelets. I use a really strong elastic, and then I put a little drop of glue so you can't see anything and you can pull them on very quickly. I can't be bothered with clasps and stuff when it comes to using one hand to do that. I am like, no, thank you. It gets really aggravating, right? So I was like, no. So, and then we have number 3, which is the King of Forces, and then I have turquoise and wood, and I really feel like, all of you guys are gaining this momentum for success in so many levels. It's unbelievable. So we're going to see what comes right out of the gate for you in this new year, because there'll be something that is substantial and big. Again, it can be the soulmates, it can be work, success, family, spiritual breakthroughs, whatever it is. So I'm going to give you a moment to take a couple breaths. Really large one in, large one out. In, right? Grounding, focusing, relaxing, breathing. So much stems from some calm breath. We get that kind of like, okay, now we can take it easy and focus type of energy, right? So we're going to begin with number 1, which is the Queen of Forces. Now, right away, I feel that this particular group forget about fear, because fear can drive us away from reaching our highest potential, right? Our greatest lesson. But it can help us understand that change can be beautiful and full of opportunity. So in a moment of fear, ask yourself if you're ready to embrace the opportunity or you're going to stay in your comfort zone, okay? Because a Queen of Forces is going to move towards that win, that success, that opportunity. Change doesn't happen if nothing changes. I heard someone speak this morning, and he was saying how, he felt like he had a really confrontational person in his yogic group, and they were, pushing their mat and making these comments and this and that. And he just decided to stand up and say, listen, instead of moving away, hiding, or acting like it wasn't happening and having all this aggravation build up, he said, when you run for that, you give fear momentum, you give it power. So right away he said, listen, there's obviously some circumstances here that need addressing. Can you tell me why A, B, and C is happening? Because it's making me uncomfortable. That's it, and faced it, and all of a sudden this person just shrunk, calmed down, because like any bully, when they're addressed, most of the time they just completely just stop, fizzles out. He took all the power away from that. So if you feel anything coming up, really address that fear, because I feel like that's going to be one of your major components where you're just like, you know what, I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not staying in this comfort zone. There's no growth in it. There's no opportunity. I want this, and I want it bad enough where I'm going to be able to just reach in and grab it and be bold. You really, really go get this. So let's see what's coming in for you. Well, so right away I feel like you have commitment and the treasure. Wow, you guys. So right away, this is financial and also commitment that you've been hoping for. So be bold enough to listen to your heart right now. Follow it. Your heart has always known exactly who you are and what you're made of, okay? And what you're made for. Your heart knows that you were meant for so much more, and that you deserve to feel free. Listen to your heart. It knows the way. And whoever that you're going to give your commitment and focus to is going to commit back. So some of you guys that have been waiting for those words, I love you, will you marry me, or I love you, let's make this exclusive, or I want this to be monogamous. You're the one. You're going to get commitment almost immediately out of the gate. So that's really beautiful. And it's going to give you, that sense of strong, really believe. One of the greatest things we can do is wholeheartedly believe in ourselves. It takes courage to be this person that knows we're deserving and that can be counted upon. So that commitment is coming. Another thing that I love is the treasure. I feel like whatever you've been asking for, be very specific, because it's coming, whether it's opening your own business, success in business, new clients, really thriving, a sense of purpose. That's what's coming. Your treasure is here. You are about to get inundated with things that you need and that are necessary for you to do this. Thirdly, we're going to work in threes because I feel really compelled for this. 7 of Keys, the ascent. You're making that ascent. It's funny how we were just talking about mountains. You're starting to ascend that mountain and climb. Whatever your aspirations are, you're believing in yourself. You know that you've decided, I'm the only one in charge of my destiny. Forget it. Unfair things may happen to me. Unfortunate times may come. But I always get to choose how I respond. I can live in frustration or bitterness, or I can be the bigger person that just pushes through. The truth is that we're all given a certain amount of cards, but it's how we play them. And you want to play big. You want new understanding. This is also about spiritual ascension. I feel like you have a new grasp on things. You understand the power you wield to change your life, and you are going to utilize that in a huge way. And you're going to succeed, Group 1. I'm so excited for you. That is beautiful energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. You're climbing that mountain. You're fearless. You're getting the commitment you deserve because you're not afraid to ask. That treasure is coming in, whether financial. I also feel like it's educational too. Some things you wanted to learn that help you make breakthroughs as well. That is also here for you, Group 1. So beautiful energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Again, this is lapis. If you really need to communicate something strongly with a boss or family, I always have lapis close by. I feel like it's an excellent stone that helps you find the words of impact, the power of persuasion. It's a really great stone. You're going to have that within your realm right now to be able to do that. Again, all my links are down below for every single thing. Private reads, my Etsy store if you want to become a patron and help support the channel. All of that is down there, and thank you guys so much. I'm very excited. You're marching into this a winner. You are not taking no for an answer. So beautiful. Okay, so now we're on to number 2, will, wisdom, and mind, along with the Chalcedony and Sodalite and Buddhas. Right now, I feel like if you have this card, you choose. When you fill your mind with thoughts of kindness, love, faith, hope, joy, your reality is going to become all of these things. You're going to start to see kindness in the world. You're going to feel love as you go about your day. You notice more of all the joys in life. You've tried listening to your fears and doubts. They don't bring you happiness. It's time to start choosing love. And this is going to be your breakthrough moment. I feel like this is about love, 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 love everywhere. Now, you have the fated meeting. Oh my gosh, I'm already going to pass out from these. We're going to start with these two, and then we'll have your third demarcation of what's going on. Let's start with this fated meeting. You guys have propelled yourself into the stratosphere of readiness for your soulmate, and the arrivals, that's going to be your first impactful happening and beginning of 2020. What's happening is you planted this very rich soil. You planted these seeds. You've had your healthy detachment. You know what you want. You've matured into that real deep understanding of what love is. You know, that focus, attention, making them a priority, them making you a priority, not looking for a bigger, better deal, cherishing every moment, having gratitude for it, really feeling guided, protected, loved. All of those things, you're feeling it. You don't have that lack mentality anymore. You know, you're more principled, more rational, and therefore I feel like people around you are going to start to respect your viewpoints a lot more. This fated meaning is coming about, and objectively you're going to look at it and be like, this is it. You know, it is your lucky time. New resources are coming in as well, money, time, support, all of that, because these loving elements that are around you feed into that energy. You know, you're cognizant that you have all that it takes to get whatever you need in these opportunities. When we really think about what we have, that roof over our head, that refrigerator full of food, these beautiful relatives, even one good friend. And I'm funny, I love people so much, but I really keep my friend circle very small because I do get so invested in friendships and I need a lot of time alone for my work that, you know, I don't just travel in big social circles. So you're going to have these people that you cherish. It is important right now for you to have balance, because I need you to read these signs when they come in. This fated meeting is going to be just like a punch to your chest. It's not like you're going to miss it, but you need to stay grounded and not allow fear and know that, you know, you are a patient human being. You know, everything in your life comes to you and occurs at the perfect time. You're not forcing anything. It's all unfolding at the perfect time, and it's blossoming beautifully, and then all of a sudden it's there and you're like, hurrah, I knew it, I felt it. And again, these loving elements that are saying, you know, do what you love. It's a time for great personal growth, career, artistically, all of that, working with others. When you give, you receive, right? You're going to be able to just go with this flow beautifully. And, you know, you don't need to go through life alone because your soulmate is arriving. And this is really cool. You have winged messengers. So birds are obviously going to be your synchronistic kind of approaches and harbingers of messages for you. Again, I feel like it's going to be ravens, crows, owls. You're going to see lots of images of these. It's one of those things that all comes together. It's like a cohesive mix of you feeling good, your high vibration, your synchronistic angels providing you with these animal totems, all of that. Very impactful. You feel it probably. You probably wake up like it's Christmas Eve 24/7. Like, I just feel you. It's like the air is electric, and that's part of why it is, because your fated soul love is here, group 2. Beautiful. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you need a private reading and you want all the little details on this, just let me know. All my links are down below. The new Goddess Provisions box should be arriving soon, so I can't wait to show that. Everything is down there, you guys. Come see me on Instagram too at SparkWest11. I'm going to be running lots of fun contests, and I do daily posts and memes, and I love to connect with you guys. It's a great format where we can just DM each other, and I had this dream, this happening. You know, people are sharing all these great things and breakthroughs and asking about, you know, stones and all of that, and I love to connect with you guys over there. So come see me over there. Get ready, get your dancing shoes on, because this love is here. And part of it is you had this beautiful anticipation. You knew it was here. You had gratitude for it. You're deserving of it. You're ready for it. You've been patient. There you go. And it's on its way. I love that for you, group 2. So now we're on to group 3, which is the turquoise and wood as well. The King of Forces. So right away, let's see what's going on. We're going to get your Master Artisan. So you're going to have huge creative breakthroughs right away. I feel like you're going to invent some kind of schematic that helps you propel your offerings into the world that are going to be beautifully received and really pay back economically for you as well. Whether some of you guys were just gathering your resources, your ideas, getting those words down on paper, whatever it is, your wishes are going to be fulfilled with these artistic endeavors. A lot of you guys are speakers, light workers, healers, artists, singers, whatever it is. The 2020, the first biggest impact that is going to hit you is your skill set is going to be beautifully received by the public, and your offerings are going to be gobbled up like the sweetest of yummies and best Turkish delights on the planet, because people will not be able to get enough of it. Sometimes this just happens, and it's very weird. I had noticed that sometimes with my Etsy store. All of a sudden, I'd just be doing something that spoke to the public, something that they liked. For instance, when I started using Buddhas, I remember months ago, I've always had them in my designs, but I made them more prominent, and that spoke to a great many people. They speak to me too, and I'm very attracted to Buddhas, certain symbols and stuff, and all of a sudden I would just notice a great increase in interest in sales in certain things. And you'll be doing that too. You're just going to hit on that thing that sparks the public's interest, and it's going to take off, and your goods and wares and services, boom. Whether you're creating jewelry, whether you're creating music, it does not matter. Whatever your creative endeavor is, Source works through us in creative endeavors and helps us create this beauty and this magic that's out there, correct? So why wouldn't they be things of immense beauty and value? We need to recognize that, right? And we're definitely letting go of the idea of perfection. We're not perfect. We are real. We are let things, be flawed. We allow ourselves to make mistakes. We learn. We recognize we're not always going to have it all together, especially creatives. If you saw my workshops, you'd be like, oh my God, that girl needs an organizer. I need everything spread out in front of me so I can see it. So we realize it's not about perfectionism. It's about that beautiful, rich journey of piecing it all together, and your blueprints are ready to roll. And I am loving this right here with your wishes fulfilled. Whatever you want, this response that you are hoping for is going to be there in an epic scale, and people are like, we love it. Let's do this. Oh, this is really great too, as your overarching energy, the treasure. You've really just tapped into what is treasure to you, what creates treasure for you. You're identifying what you think the richness of life is all about. And it really is you just letting your creativity flow, you not being rushed, you not have to being consigned to other people's ideas of what's beautiful. You have your own individual take on everything, and people are just going to be like, I love it. I love that so much. And I posted this thing and I loved it because I thought it's very, very true. We are not who other people say we are. We are who we say we are. That is a really big task and a huge choice, right? It's easy to fall into others' beliefs and views of the world and adopt them as our own. But it's easy to go with the flow and not make any waves. It's hard to pave our own path and be vulnerable. And artists have to do this. I have to do this. I say things that people might not agree with every day. I used to say things whenever I felt them, when it had to do with spiritual. And if I'm around, hard-nosed Christians or whatever, I am not a debater though. And I have a very strong backbone in mind. And I just say, oh, I'm not going to engage in this, but thank you, for asking, because Christians, hardline, people, or anybody that thinks, oh, that's gypsy, whiplash, or whatever the hell comes out of their mouth, I just don't engage in that. I'm like, I'm in my own lane and I'm happily propelled forward, and I'm never going to change my mind on this. My strength and beliefs and what happens in the world in terms of energy, love, and us being connected and always coming back in different forms and life is a very strong belief, but I don't force it on other people. And that's the cool thing about creatives. We know that something that we could absolutely love and adore may not be somebody's cup of tea. However, whatever you're doing, people want it by the gallon load. They're like, keep, like, you're not going to be able to keep up with orders. Or I just feel like it's almost like a level of fame where you're like, how the hell did this just happen almost immediately? And it really is. So believe in your process, group 3, because your treasure is here. You've had these gifts. You put faith in them. Your offerings are being well received, and you deserve it. And I'm excited for you, and I want to know what it is, and I'll advertise it for you. I'm always like, let's bring it, because a lot of it really is, you can have the most beautiful things, but if it's buried in your closet and it doesn't have exposure, nobody knows about it, right? And that's when people start to doubt themselves. So get that stuff exposed, and I will help you do it if you want help as well. So love and light to you, group 3. Hooray! Breakthrough for everybody. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Melanie. All my links are down below. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. If you want a private read on anything, all my links are down there. My Etsy store with all my jewelry, Instago, Instagram, everything comes to me over there. I love to connect with people over there. You really are. This is a substantial time for you. Don't doubt. Push forward. Just drink in all this sunshine that's coming for you, because you deserve it. So love and light.